Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special session for this Sunday afternoon. And this session is to complete the free readings that I did not get to at all this morning. And so I had so many donations. Thank you guys again so much. It allows me to do what I'm doing and offer these free readings. So thank you for your patience in me coming back on to complete the free readings. I will put a link for this video in the former one, from this morning, so you can find this easier. But you're probably watching this already. But also in this one, after I finish, I'll put in order of the order of the individual by username, how the readings were completed, and then you'll know the where it is in there. I'm not taking any new requests for this session. The next time I'll be back on will be Friday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then also on Friday and Saturday evenings at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Also, for my Praying Mantis members, I go on live after each one of those for about an hour. And then on Thursday nights, also for 2 hours, 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time for my Praying Mantis members, if you're interested in that. Or I also have half off all of my personal recorded readings, which are pre-recorded readings where you send me your questions, I record it, upload it to YouTube, give you a private link. All those are half off. Like a 15-minute reading is $5, half hour is $10, and it's that price all the way until this end of this year. All the information on those are listed in the description box below too, if you're interested in any of those. But we will get started and jump in. I'm going to continue to use the Syrian Starseed Tarot. So let me get some stuff moved out of the way here. All right. And perfect. We are just confirming we are really live. All right. So let's get started. And so the first reading we'll go to is Dijona Sturgis. So thank you, Dijona, for being one of my members. I see your name is all lit up in green and you have your badge. So thank you for being one of my YouTube members. And you wanted a general reading to see what does Spirit want you to know right now. So let's take a look here and see what is coming in here. So, well, you are definitely having this wonderful review going on with your life right now. And it's like, woo, you got these 4 cards that came out, and these 2 pretty much are the same thing. With this 3 of Swords is about expectations, of the mind, and the Shadow is about shaking up and rattling the expectations of the mind that really help us clear away any thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are restricting us. And here you have the 9 of Wands, which can represent like this inner journey about your energies. And with the Queen of Cups, this is also about deep diving into your emotions. So all of these are telling me that behind this, whatever block that you've been feeling in somewhere in your life, that you have this bubbling up, because the Devil card is the Saturn Capricorn energy, which will come and rattle your cage, so you're aware of what the cage is, and that's what all this reflection is going on here. So whatever area has been, and I feel like this has been around you like most of your life, right? I mean, because that's when these barriers are formed. But I feel like as of late, it's become very, very obvious. Usually they have the bandage on their head because you feel like you've been hitting your head against a barrier over and over again. And this is where this freedom is coming. So whatever's being brought up to you in your life right now is happening on purpose, for a purpose, and you are seeing these things. And I feel like the outside world, you're just really seeing this, like 5 friends are going through something exactly the same, and you're going, wait a minute, this is for me. And you're really starting to see the roots of things because of this reflection that's coming from the outside world. So pay attention to what's going on with the outside world and individuals. Look for trends and patterns, and you're going to be like, whoa, what is happening? And then a little light bulb's going to go off, which allows you to go in and transform something within you that allows you to take one of those Ace of Wands on those 9 of Wands, creating the barrier big enough where you can just step through it. So there's this movement and this removal of obstacle in your life. And I like that for you. So that's what coming in right now for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. And then Da Baby 777, you are up. You want to know whatever comes out. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. And you've got. All right. So, excuse me. You've got the Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, and then also the Star card. And there is this, you know, dream come true with the Star card here. And with this Five of Chalices, this is this transformation of emotion. And, with the Ace of Cups, this is like you turning inward and upward for your inner love. You're becoming a chalice where you're being filled with this beautiful, unconditional love for the high realms, which fills you up and overflows. And I feel like you've been working on this for a little bit, this transformation of lower vibrational emotions to your power of emotional choice. And you're seeing that emotion is like of two calibers. It's either lower vibrational emotion related to fear or higher vibrational love rooted to unconditional love and joy and gratitude, right? But there is this transformation of this that's coming because of this inner love that's been increased and your vibration's been moving up, which brings you to this awareness. It's like, if you ever are walking along a beach and you find a genie's lamp and you rub the lamp and it's a small lamp, so it's a mini genie that grants you one wish, and you're like, what is your wish? And you're like, oh, that's a good question. What is my wish? Before, it would have been like, oh, well, I want $1 billion, or I want to find true love, or whatever. And the definition of that wish used to be one way when you had these feelings of lower vibrational love, but your vibration of love's been increasing. And now what would have been your normal go-to for what a wish is, a wish come true, the wish to wish upon a star about, it's changing. And this is what is happening here, is this awareness of what this wish is transforming. So I like this for you. And that's what they want you to know right now is take a deep breath, step back and go, what is my true wish? Before it was kind of ruled over by fear of who everyone else has been telling you your wish should be and supposed to be and need to be, but this is moving to a different viewpoint. So I like that, Die Baby. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Grace 1111, you are up and you wanted a love reading. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, 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 love? What's going on with love for you? All right. So you got two sets of two cards here. Let's see what these are here. All right. And what are these? Okay. Yeah, well, you definitely have this movement of emotion coming in here. Now, you've got two masters. Okay, let me start with this one right here. This is Seven of Flames is about you standing true to yourself and not trying to be who anybody wants you to be. There is this standing your ground, these people telling you, come back down here, be miserable with the rest of us. But the sun, this is like the sun does not ask anyone's permission to shine or needs to defend itself. It is itself and it's just shining brightly. And I like that because, you've got the Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind old emotions and people that don't serve you, and you're headed off into wish fulfillment. And so that's why I feel like there's people trying to hold you back and hold you down because of how they feel about themselves. And they don't want you to be happy if they're not happy because that makes them feel, it makes them realize their unhappiness when they see your brightness and your happiness. So they're like, can you just dim your light? But the sun does not dim its light for anyone. And you do have this stepping into your power here too. You've got the Master of Orbs, Master of Swords, who is two parts air, because all the kings get two air, and you have the Master of Chalice, the King of Cups, who has one cup, emotion, and one cup air. So three parts air, one part emotion, and there's this balancing of emotion with seeing things from a higher perspective with this King of Swords here. They're able to see things higher and see things differently, which helps balance out the emotions. And I like this. I don't know. It feels like, you know, that there's been a lot of emotional waves, and it's like if you've been, yeah, they're showing me someone like in a swimming pool. You've been in a swimming pool for 8 hours, you feel like a prune, and they're like, "It's time to sit out in the sun for a little bit," which here's that sun coming in. So it's like getting out of emotion and into study, into, understanding and looking at and reviewing. It's like putting your heart on hold for a little bit to allow yourself to dive deep into these expectations, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have around love, because there's some old unhealthy limiting beliefs, some supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, and have tos, and musts that limit your ability to have love come in because there's so many rules about what something can't be, what something has to be that you've been given all your life that's just kind of running on autopilot, and you're bringing those into your consciousness to go, what is all this stuff? I'm, shredding these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. They were designed before to protect you, but you don't need that protection anymore. And I feel like there's this opening up of allowing us, you're not looking for a particular type or that love has to happen in a certain way. There's this opening up that's coming in with all this. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Grace. But it is this time to sit in the sun, get out of the heart a little bit, putting the heart on on pause as you reflect, and change these restrictions, because when we have so many restrictions, like we're telling the universe it has to be this person in this way in this timing. They're like, well, that's on back order for 1,000 years. But as you let expectations go and open up more to go, well, I trust you that you're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. I know that's the hard one, right? The perfect timing. um then things can ship earlier than 1,000 years, and there's more opportunity for love to come in. So that's the focus right now for you, Grace 1111. So many blessings to you. And then Marie Jones, hello, Marie, and you would like a reading for next week. Let's see, what does Spirit have for you for next week? All right. Well, you've got the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self and can be working with a team or a group as well. But it's about whatever you're working on, whatever's happening next week, even if it's with working with other people, there's this looking for how you can express yourself and be true to your authentic self. A lot of people giving you ideas and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about things, but this is about you looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And that there's new opportunities open up when you are not trying to bend to other people's supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, but about you being you. It's like if you're going for an interview and you're like, well, they want someone like this, so I'm going to put on this, you know, facade of seriousness when you're a jokester and you're fun and you're bright, but but that's what they're looking for, someone funny and brilliant and different and not what they've had before. And if you try to be who you think they want you to be, then they don't hire you. But if you're just yourself, they're like, you're perfect, right? And that's wonderful how it works. And it has to do with whatever this is, these opportunities and different things that come up next week. You have these opportunities that you will either choose to be yourself and you have progression, or you'll choose to try to fit in and then it kind of goes south in a different direction. What they're reminding me of is when I was in corporate life, I would try to get the exceeds, the higher ratings, because you get bonuses and promotions and all that. When I would try so hard, I would barely meet. When I stopped caring and I was like, you know what? I'm here to help people and I'm just going to focus on my customers. With doing half as much, I would get promoted and bonuses. And it was like, what is up with this? And I learned that, oh, I'm trying to control instead of just going with the flow and being me. And when I'm me and I'm not pressured, I am shining bright. But when I'm trying to achieve and achieve and achieve, I'm actually downward spiraling. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But that's what's coming in for you next week. So many blessings to you. Let me just move this over here. All right. And then up next, we have Lynx Lee. Hey, Lynx Lee. And you want to know who is coming towards you. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about someone moving towards you here? All right. Sorry, all this noise. I'm trying to get the cards in order here. So you've got the 10 of Flames, the 10 of Wands, which is a card of burden and a lot of energy being invested here. We also have the Knight of Swords. In here, they call it the Adept of Orbs, but the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset that's coming in here. And I feel like there's like this pause on individuals. Things are slowing down. Spirit and your spiritual posse are going, they're just like keeping people away. They're slowing down time and the progression of love and that type of thing. And like, what? But they're doing it for you because whenever it slows down like this with this energy that I feel, it's giving you time to question what love is and where you're investing all of your energy because there's a lot of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's that's in our head of like I need love, I need, someone to be a certain way. Love needs to happen a certain way. I'm supposed to be a certain way in love. This is what love is supposed to do for me and mean about me. And this is how I'm supposed to feel when I go through it. A lot of blah, 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 right? And there's so much energy being invested for that, that there's this ending. It's like Spirit is saying with this Knight of Swords, it's pursuit of the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see yourself and life and love from a different perspective, from a heavenly, unconditional perspective, and allows you to cut away some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that circle around the fears of losing love or not being lovable, not being good enough, all those lovely, delicious things that all us humans come down here to experience. But it takes a lot of our energy in pursuit of that and try to maintain it. But this is the ending of that and a new focus. And also with this Knight of Swords, it's the quest for that seeing things from a higher perspective. And so this time slows down to give you the ability to kind of cut some shackles away from you regarding what love has to be and what it means about you so that you can be free from it. Because otherwise, we're going to be vibrating at a lower vibrational energy and we're going to keep drawing in the same type of individual. I feel like you're at a point where going, why, oh, why do I keep drawing the same type of person? We'll be kind person, this humans. Why do I keep drawing these same humans into my life? It's because we're vibrating at a lower vibrational love because that's what we are at, until we start looking inward and upward, start looking at our self love, cutting away the old thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us, the old emotions that don't serve us. And as we raise our love vibration, that starts to speed things up because Spirit's going, all right, we're vibrating at the vibration we want to draw in this higher vibrational relationships instead of doing what we've always done and getting what we always got. So right now, no one's coming towards you. Spirit's like, pause, because it's for you so that you don't draw in quickly the old the old compost pile, and you're drawing in something so much more beautiful as you raise your love vibration. And you'll start to feel it speed up because you'll start feeling this love increase within yourself. So that's what's coming in right now, Linksley. So I know, but it's for you, and it's going to be so much. It's like, am I going to eat a bag of chips or am I going to have like a 5-course meal? And it's like, is it worth waiting a little bit for the 5-course meal instead of just having a bag of chips? Yeah, maybe we've chosen, no, no, I want the bag of chips now because I'm hungry. But after we've eaten those and then we see other people eating or we're shown the five-course meal, we're like, "You know what? These chips are losing I'm losing my appetite for these chips, and I'm craving that five-course meal." That's where I feel you're at. So, I like it for you. Hang in there. All right. Many blessings to you, Linksley. And Aditi, hello, hello. And you would like a general reading. So let's take a look and see what does Spirit want you to know right now. All right. Wow, there is this movement forward. Oh, I love this. So you definitely have this. It's a kind of the same message twice, which we'll show you here. So the nine of wands represents where you've been hitting your head. You can even see they've got the little bandage on their head, hitting your head against a wall and a barrier for a while. And whatever this is, you've done the work, you've done the awareness where you're taking your power back, where you're able to move forward. Because here comes the abundance, the Empress card here, which is harvest, new beginnings, birthing of something new. And so there is this reward that's coming here, and it's allowing you to move forward. And you have here too, a lot of what you've been working on here was with the Six of Swords, which is leaving behind old fears, old ways of looking at things that allows you to move forward into from choppy waters out to calmer waters, from old ways of thinking that no longer serve to new ways of thinking. And it is here brings in you this Ace of Pentacles, which is about new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So you've been doing the work, you've been putting in the energy, focusing on your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and letting things go. And this is what is igniting this new opportunity to come through. So you'll know whatever it is that you feel you've been bumping your head up against all this time. There's this freedom that's opening up in this. It's like a reward, very much Saturn energy, where it offers you this: if you'll do the work, you'll get the reward. Well, you've done the work, and now the reward is coming. So I like it for you, DT. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. And Felicia Fang. Hello, hello, Felicia. You are up next, and you'd like a general reading for next week. What does Spirit want you to know about next week? All right. I like this. You've got a great amount of reflection going on. So I feel like you are going to have some time alone. And if not, really try to arrange it to where you do have some time alone to really reflect on things. I love this Seven of Wands here because this says, the sun wants to shine. It does not ask permission. It just shines, and if someone can't handle it, they can get into the shade or put on a giant sun hat or sunscreen, whatever it is, but you do not dim your light for anyone. And it's standing your ground, standing, and I almost feel like this is also for next week, building in time in your schedule of alone time and standing by it too. Prioritize your connection with spirit, prioritize this reflection time, whether it's journaling or meditating or whatever it may be. It's scheduling it and keeping it as if it's an important appointment, because it is. It's an important time right now where I feel like you know that there's things that have happened in your life that I used to call it forced R&R, where when things happen where you're on your back or you aren't as mobile or you can't go do things, and you're like, okay, I guess since I'm sitting here, I guess this is what I need to do. I need to rest. I need to connect, and I can, use that time for reflection. So it is a big week of determining what is it that I want to do, but it comes down to you standing true to you and not trying to be what everyone else wants you to be. And I feel like this is all your future plans and really just figuring what would make my heart sing. I feel like this is a week of what is it? Try to get out of your head of the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and go, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Not partnered with anyone else, not career and any of that. It's like, who do I want to be? And then once you get that, stage two is, how do I want to express that to the world? But who do you want to be? I feel is a big part of this hermithood for next week. And I like it for you, Felicia. Brings a lot of clarity. All right. So many blessings, my dear. And hang in there. And then angel blessings. You are up next. You'd like messages from your higher self. So let's see. What does your higher self want you to know right now? Oh, right. Evidently that card came flying out. Let's see what else. All right. And this one. Well, look, you got this movement here that's happening with the Knight of Cups. So there is this movement of emotion, this quest after emotions, and the death and rebirth. I like this because on this quest for love, they're telling you that they're in search of the Holy Grail, and along the journey, there's false um, chalices. They're showing me, I don't know if it was one of the Indiana Jones. It's the one that where his dad was played by Sean Connery. I forget the name of it all. But they were in search of the Holy Grail, literally, and they found it. And there was this test when you went in where there was all this whole table or shelf of tons of different chalices, different cups to drink out of, and you had to choose the right cup, and you could go get from the fountain of youth, and it would give you eternal youth, right? And there of course there's always the villain that was with them, and they chose the big one with the gold and the all the jewels, and they drank from it, and then it had the opposite effect. It cursed them, and they turned really old, and they turned to dust. And that the other person chose the one that would be humble, like because it was the Christ that had it. And but the whole purpose of all that, if you're familiar with that scene that they're having playing in my head, is that there's all these choices of all these different chalices, which were not the trueness of it. And this is this journey that you're on. You're understanding this old love that you were looking for. You're putting an end to, having this rebirth of this higher love on this quest. So on your quest for love, you're being turned inward and upward, where you're finding that the chalice, the Holy Grail, which is in our own heart. And you're realizing, wow, once you find that, then everything in the outside world is above and beyond extra when it comes to love. But I feel like this message from your higher self is that you're on this journey of this quest about love, and that you find a different way of looking at it all. And I like that for you. So that's what they have coming in. So many blessings to you, angel blessings. And then we've got here coming in, we've got High Vibe Life. You are up next. Anything you need to know. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you definitely have this. Let's see what this card is here too. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, you definitely have this period of time here with temperance. This is things have been taking time to unfold and move forward here. And there's this great transition and transformation that's happening, and it has to do regarding love and emotional choice too. Because the combination of these two with all of those leading up to it, you've got the Page of Swords, which the Page of Swords is someone that's being introduced to a higher way of looking at things, connecting to the unconditional love and the capital T truths that are rooted in that. But it comes down to this emotional choice, knowing that, and I feel like this is the big piece of knowledge that you're receiving. It's like this upgrade and awareness that's coming in, because the lovers is like the Two of Cups. So it's like every moment is a choice. Lower vibrational love energy, rooted in fear of losing conditional love, fear of failure, fear of rejection, all that deliciousness. And and there's also this the other choice um is of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude. It's the two choices of emotion that are coming in. And there's this beautiful um It's just like this light bulb aha moments as you're moving through, and I feel like this is what they're letting you know, is that you have these emotional experiences happening, but when you really take a moment and step back and look at it, the ahas come because you're like, before this situation would have really freaked me out and I would be acting this way. I'd be reacting this way, but I paused and I chose to respond this way. And I see how it changed the entire environment of what happened. And that's what I feel is happening here is they're telling you just be aware the emotions that you're feeling both after you feel an emotion, while you're feeling it, and if you can also in certain situations look at the emotions that are rising before you're going into it all, there's a lot of big wisdom that you're gleaning around emotional choice right now. So I like that for you, high vibe life, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Cutie, you are up next. So who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Who is coming towards you? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. All right. Uh-oh. I like your sorry. So apologies, had a hacking up there. So you got the Eight of Chalices, the Eight of Cups, which is you walking away from emotions that no longer serve you, and you're walking over to the Nine of Cups, which opens up this space because of the emotions that you're clearing away, allows new places for emotions to come in. But you're also moving like energetic like relationship energy. That's interesting that they're calling it that. But the amount of energy you're investing in relationships and friendships and acquaintances and blah, blah, blah. There's this evaluation with this Eight of Cups that you're walking away from these that you always overgive to, and they hardly give anything back. That energy needs to come back to you. It doesn't need to, but it can come back to you. And this is what they're saying is like, if you do this, that'll allow space and energy that'll help draw in this new relationship that would be coming your way. You have the shadow, which is the shaking and the rattling of your cage. And that's what you're learning through these things here with this Eight of Cups and the shadow are these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around, well, there's like this, well, every relationship is a give and take, but when it's you giving, 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 and people taking, 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 and you're always giving 80% and they're giving 20%. And it's not all your relationships, but there's significant ones that you're aware of that you're like, you know what, I'm going to back off to 50%. I'm going to get this 30% back and this 30% back and this 30% back. And maybe even there's some like you're like, no, I'm okay to go that to zero. And you can stop giving completely into something and see what happens. But you don't have to send out cancel notices of friendships or acquaintances. You can just stop investing energy and let that energy come back to you because that is what allows the space and the energy to draw in a relationship because there's energy enough for it because it's like if all the chairs at your table of your heart are full, there's nowhere for anyone else to sit and people can't come and sit. So you're clearing away people, creating opportunities and places for people to sit in your heart, people that you want at the table. And it's okay. This shadow energy is allowing you to get past these mindsets that are haven't been for you that you've been feeling like you have to overgive to people, and well, that's the way it's always been. Like, it doesn't have to be that way, though. So it's this clearing out and does bring you here the King of Pentacles, this abundance, this grounded energy too. So you might even have this earth sign that comes in. It's someone very down to earth, very intelligent as well. With all the kings get a second portion of air, so they have this wonderful balance between air and earth in them. And this is what is allowed to come towards you. But it takes that other stuff. There's not if there's not a table available or a seat at the table available, they can't sit down. They won't approach the table. So just a little bit of kind of spring cleaning of relationships and acquaintances and friends in your life that It's okay to let them go. All right. That's what they have for you, cutie. So many blessings to you. And then Anusri, you are up next. You like messages from spirit. Let's see what they have here for you. Well, you definitely wanted that one and this top one here. So what we got here. Whoa, look at flames, flames, fire, fire, which this is good because you've got the nine of flames, which represents a time of you looking inward and finding out your energy and stepping into your power. And I like this because with the six of wands here, this is victory, recognition of the energy that you've put in here. Here's you holding that. And they're recognizing it's like from spirit saying, we see that the amount of energy you've been putting in on your self development, the raising of your vibration, the reflection of things in your life, and that you're not afraid to do this. You're not afraid to do the work and to cut ties where ties can be cut, which no longer serve you. You're letting go of mentalities and thoughts and beliefs and all those emotions. And so you've been doing all that. This is kind of like a big high five from spirit saying, even though other people may not have acknowledged it or seen it, and you kind of feel like you're doing it all alone, spirit is around you all the time and they're like, hey, we taking pictures, we're celebrating, we're high-fiving you and fist bumping you all the way around because you have done this and you should be proud of yourself because they are. And that's the message coming through from spirit, because things are about to head forward and move forward in your life. Whatever this block that had been there before, there's this smooth movement coming up for it right now. All right, that's what they have for you, Nusri. So many blessings to you. And then soul searching vibe. You want to know how can you uplift your situation? So guidance. Let's see, what does spirit want you to know about how you can uplift your situation? All right. So you do have the Sage of Orbs, which is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords balances her heart and her mind. She rolls over thought and belief and mindset. And then she also, all the queens get a second portion of water, which is the heart. So there's this balancing of the heart and the mind. One of the things that you can do with your mind is realize with the Wheel of Fortune, everything that unfolds does unfold for you, and there's this wonderful transformation that you can make in the situation. We come down here to experience what it might feel like to be a victim. It's what we do. It's lower vibrational energy. We come down here to experience so much lower. It's like vibrational energies. Let me finish my thought first. It's like coming down to an amusement park. You're going to come and ride all the rides. Some of the rides are scary. It's like, okay, I'm writing them, and now I've thrown up on myself. What do I do now? How can you uplift this situation with all of this is by realizing that with the Queen of Swords, I'm the one that has power over the story that I put to a situation. I've been taught and told a whole lot that when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. A lot of popular opinion, right? Advice, probably unsolicited advice from people. This is what that's supposed to mean. And so we took it on as our own habit of thinking, and it's our reaction. But we can re-question that and go, really? Does that really mean that I'm a victim and something's happening to me? Or can I transform it, like with this Wheel of Fortune, and realize, everything that happens in life does happen for me. And I'm the one that chose to experience this. And I wanted it to happen for me. So, what am I learning about myself? Why did I want this to happen for me? That and gets your power back. That allows you to step into this instead of feeling like you're a puppet to whatever's happening in the outside world. There's this coming back to realizing I'm the one that chooses the thoughts, the story about what that means. I'm the one that chooses the emotion that I feel as I go through it. And I'm the one that also the energy I invest into it and the physical actions I take are all mine. Everyone else's actions are theirs. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Um, and there's this clarity that comes in because we know that when people do stupid stuff, both us and others, it's because they're in fear. Because when we're in fear, our intelligent side is busted out of our head. It's cut off and doesn't have access to the control room. the compassionate, kind side of us too. It's all about a little 2-year-old and its pet cat in charge, trying to feel safe and in control again. So if anyone's doing something, we realize that's not about me. This is about their fears. And if we have actions that we're doing that are not loving and compassionate and intelligent, it's because we're in fear. And when we realize that and we can transform that, and then we're like, you know what? I am the one that gets to choose what something means. It doesn't have to mean what I think it means. And that's how we can uplift it. Instead of focusing on our energy and what we're fearing will leave our life or come in, or what we hate or what we feel is missing. When we focus our energy on that, we grow it. But if we focus in on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter and that, then we, expand that and we invite that in instead. So, when we're little kid goes into a donut shop and keeps pointing at this donut it hates, it gets dozens of those because the baker sees them pointing at the donuts they hate. But the baker says, well, instead of pointing at what you hate, point at what you love, and I'll bring you dozens of those instead. So I like that. And that's what they have for you right now, Soul Searching Vibes. So hopefully that is helpful and resonates, and many blessings to you. And then Melissa Hodzik, hello, hello. You want to know, how did D feel when you texted him the last time? Let's see. What are their feelings? What's going on with them here? Well, I feel like you hit them in a period of time where there's a lot of conflict going on with them there. I don't feel like it wasn't your text that spawned this fireness that's in them here, but I feel like they were already in it and it just added along with it all of this activity that's going on. And they just have this, I don't know why I feel like it's anger, but I feel like they're in this place of fear and like things are happening around them. We got the 7 of Pentacles, and I feel like they're at a very place in their life where they feel like things aren't coming to fruition, things aren't unfolding in their life, and they're really focused in on this. I don't know. Well, I do know, I can feel it, but it just feels like not anguish. Anguish, is that a word? It's like anger and depression and feeling down, but angry that I'm not having things unfold and come into my life. I feel like everything I try just falls apart, and I feel like they're just in this just frustrated, place in their life. And when you texted them, I don't even feel like, did you even get a response from them? I just feel like their life is like a whirlwind of fire where they just aren't keeping up on anything, not communicating. They're just so consumed with this feeling that they just feel careless and like they don't care. And I'm just tired of doing so much and nothing ever going my way. It's the kind of feeling that comes there. Like a little kid who doesn't get his toy, and they're pouting and laying on they're not even throwing a tantrum, they're just laying on their back. They're showing me like the toy aisle at a store, and a little kid it looks like a 2 or 3 year old kid, and they're just laying there with their arms at their side, laying still, looking up at the ceiling, and they're just it's like they've given up, um, with everything going on, and it's just temporary. But I don't feel like they were so consumed with those that your text, they read over it, but they just felt so focused on them and what they're going through that they just kind of, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of excitement about anything, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through, Melissa. So send them lots of love. I feel like the poor little boo boo needs it. All right. So many blessings. And then New Love, you are up next. And New Love, you want to know, is it best to take A and her companion to your place or not? You want to maintain a good relationship with her and not destroy it. All right, let's take a look here. Is it for the best for your relationship with them? Um to take them into your place or not. Well, like you got the 4 of the 4 of Pentacles, which for me represents home, so it's interesting. Should I bring them into my home or not? But you got the shadow energy here, which is the Devil card. It won't I don't feel like it will destroy it, but it will challenge it because what's gonna happen is they've got expectations, like, each of them have their own expectations, you have your own expectations, and none of them are match exactly 100%. So you're gonna have this friction, you know? It's like whenever you have someone, like a true test of a friendship or relationship is, like, when you go on vacation together and you're staying in the same rooms, you're, like, with them 24/7 almost for, like, a week. You're like, your friendship will either make it or it won't. This is the kind of energy that's coming in, you love. It's like there's gonna be challenges. It's going to test your belief system. It's gonna test their belief system. And how it happens is, it's brought up. Um, they will do things differently. And you're like, why did you drink all the milk? And they're like, well, we were gonna get some more later. And like, but you ate the last cookie, whatever these things we expect, they're gonna be shaken on purpose for you. So, I feel like they're saying it won't be destroyed, but it will be challenged, and, it's up to you, for it. If you go through it and you live up to the challenge, there is a great reward after it. That's that Devil Saturn card, Capricorn energy. You do the work, you get the reward, but it's work, and so just be aware of that. So hopefully that helps. No destruction, but challenging. All right. So Goldie, you are up next. Many blessings to you, new love. Goldie, you want to know who is coming towards you? All right. Popular question today. Let's see here. Who is headed your way? Oh, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well, Goldie, I think did you get something like this already? A couple of days ago. I feel like this is like because Four of Wands is the wedding marriage card, and the Master of Chalices, the King of Cups. Wonderful person. Ooh, dreamy eyes, balanced between love and heart and their mind, too. So it's a very balanced individual that's coming in here, just a very dreamy individual here. So I feel like we have your destined soul partner is on their way towards you. And while we're waiting for them, the message we get is, we focus in on our self love, raising our love vibration by questioning our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we have around relationships and marriage and togetherness and all that. The more we can free ourselves from rules, the less judgment there is, the less accusations there are, and the less drama there is. Also, letting go of the emotions and other relationships and other things that don't serve us anymore. It's like making the space for someone. It's like clearing out half my dresser to make room for someone, allow someone to come in, clearing half my space in my closet, you know, having a space for their toothbrush. It's like when I start creating the space both spiritually, energetically, physically, then this helps, right? So that's what I feel is coming towards you, Goldie. I like it. I like it. Here they come. But whenever I get that King of Cups, it's just like a balanced individual. They're able to express their emotion and their thoughts and their mind, and it just is a very balanced individual. So we like it. All right. So many blessings, Goldie. And then Pinky, you are up next, and you like messages from Spirit. Let's see what they have here for you right now. Well, here comes the shadow. Comes out again. So you have the shadow card, the devil card, the Capricorn energy that we were just talking about that shakes and rattles your cage and helps you escape from this web of deceit, this web of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have kept you feeling limited and small and trapped and these lower beliefs about oneself. But you have the Seeker of Crystals, the Page of Pentacles, which because of these limiting beliefs that are being dropped and falling away, you do have new opportunities that are coming up here. So I feel like you've been on this journey and it's been being brought to your face. The shadow energy it's not subtle at all. It will be like, boom, boom. You have to look at it. And, you like my little band aid. You have to look at all your boo boos too and go, okay, what's this? What's going on here? And when we look at that, because it's been brought to our face, then we're able to transform things. We're able to free ourselves from things. And I have this like energy that they're showing me of just like you've been looking at why can't I find someone, you know, um, to love like I want? And or why can't I get the job? Or why can't this unfold? I feel like there's these things that have been repeating over time and you've been questioning it. And that's when these are the things that are being brought up for you to look at now. And there's this freedom that comes from it because when we realize, why do I keep attracting the same person but in someone else's body? Like this must be me. And what is it? Why am I drawing this person to me, this type of individual? What am I wanting to see about myself? And then you do it, and then you released, and then you don't need that anymore. You don't need those mirrors, you don't need those teachers, and then you have someone else come in. And this is what I feel they're saying here is, you have these new opportunities that open up and these changes that happen when you do that. All right, Pinky, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Johanna Judison, hello, hello. You would like a general reading. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Sorry, I feel like I need to shuffle these. And take a drink. All right. So let's take a look here, Johanna. What is happening? What does Spirit want you to know right now? All righty. So you've got this nice little balance happening here. And we've got the Seeker of Orbs, which is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, it's like this beginning of this new knowledge, this higher awareness, this focusing on capital T truths of the higher realm that helps you cut away some fears, some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. You got the Queen of Cups here with the Sage of Chalices. She gifted, empathically understands her gut feeling and her instincts. She rolls over emotion, and all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So she now not only rules with the king over the cups, she's the master of emotion. And so there is this ability to dive deep into your emotions and go places within your subconscious and unconscious that you're not aware of. And there's this bridging, there's this awareness that's happening here. And I feel like you're doing a lot of emotional healing right now because with you looking into this, and she offers you the Ace of Cups, your self love, you're able to transform it here and see um, what's been bubbling down below the surface. We're like 85% subconscious and 15% conscious. And this is bringing some of the subconscious stuff down here into your consciousness, into your human brain and your mind. And I like this coming together. The heart is sending information to your brain to look at and to transform. And I like this. It is a very it doesn't feel like a lot of work. It just feels flowy and natural that's coming in here. And I like it. I feel like you're ready for this. And I feel like you've been if you haven't been journaling, I'd be surprised, but if not, then, I would definitely journal because it's like getting stuff out of your into your heart, through your mind, and out of your mind onto paper to where you can look at it, and something to do with writing it helps process it and move it, and I feel after a few days, you come back and you read it, and you're like, "Wow." It's just like these ahas come through it. So that's what I feel Spirit wants you to know right now, Joanna. So many blessings to you. I like it. And then Smooth Life, you are up next. So Smooth Life, you wanted a general reading, and so let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you've got the hanging man here, which has been a card of transformation, also a card of kind of like patience and things taking frickin' forever. But they just want you to know it's been happening on purpose here because you've been, called here like the high priest just to step away out of all the chaos, all that stuff that's going on in the world so you can connect to spirit, go behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions, connect to a spirit and, see things from this higher perspective of the hangman here. But it all is going to be worth it because you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is this feeling of abundance and fullness in the physical world, in your relationship to it. 10 of Pentacles also with all of this energy here that you had there, this transformation, this looking at things from different perspectives has been changing your definition of what success means, of what abundance means. And there is this beautiful change and I don't know if you'd call it, it's not really a healing, but it does feel like this beautiful transformation that comes in because it does allow you here to let things go that no longer serve. And it is a very transformational energy that I really like for you. It just feels so free and it's like a weight lifted off. And I like it. And this is what they have for you right now. Smooth life is smooth. All right. But many blessings to you. All right. And then Anya Ahuya, you are up next. Hello, hello, and happy Diwali to you. Anyone to know Sarang's current feelings towards you? So, what does Spirit want you to know about Sarang's current feelings towards you? All right. The Festival of Lights. When I worked in for the company that I did, the corporation, we had when I worked in IT, we had a ton of people from India that worked there, and they would put on a festival down in our cafeteria eating. Um, we had an area where they would have gatherings, and it was beautiful. They did dances and everything, and food, and it was beautiful to see that part of the culture. So we love that. Current feelings. Woo, boo, boo. All right. So Anya. You got the Sage of Crystals. This is the Queen of Pentacles. So they see you as someone nurturing, birthing, sensuality too, which we've got the Ace of Flames here too. So there is this energetic attraction and physical attraction as well that comes in with all of this. There is some emotion underneath. All the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So that's there, but there's sensuality and emotion that's flowing here you know, uh, there's the 6 of Cups. So when I get the 6 of Cups, lately, this means that there is this past life connection between the two of you. And you might probably feel this draw toward one another that feels so deep, and it's otherworldly and it doesn't make sense, because you're like, I haven't known them that long, but I feel like I've known them forever, and that there's this bond and this connection that, at first we think, do I have a crush on them? But like, no, this doesn't feel like a crush. Am I, do I have the hots for him? Like, no, it's not of that. It's like it's deeper than that. And it's because it's subconscious. It's this deep past life connections that exist there that draws you guys together, and they feel it. They don't understand it though. It kind of even, I think, freaks them out a little bit. They're like, what is this? Is she a witch? Has she put a spell on me? Have you? No, I'm just kidding. But there's this because it's the past life connection that you're feeling, and you're like, oh, that's the draw that I have them for there. So they do have these types of feelings that are there, existing there, but I do feel like it's they feel uncomfortable, the kind of energy that I'm feeling from them as I tap into their heart. It's like it's I haven't felt it before, so it's different, and that makes their inner child feel unsafe and out of control because they're like, "What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is." And so there's these barriers up for now that they're just kind of trying to understand it, trying to get their head around what this emotion is. Not their heart around it, they're trying to get their head around it. It's like, your head can't wrap around feelings, can only wrap around thoughts around feelings, and that's what they're trying to do is logically understand emotion and what these things are. Um, so if you guys have the kind of relationship or friendship that you can go, if you've been feeling this, it's because we've known each other in past life. And they're like, oh, that makes sense, But that's what's coming in, Anya. So I like it for you. Many blessings to you. I don't feel like they're gonna take any action soon because they're trying to figure all that out. Right. All right. So many blessings. And then no 72, you are up, or number 72. Anyone to know, does E have the same feelings for you? Let's take a look here. Is it mutual feelings? Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Yeah, and I do feel here, well, you've got the same attraction. When we talk about feelings, it's not the same emotion because I don't feel like they are I don't wanna say that they're not, emotionally mature. But hey, would I be wrong if I said that? Because we've got equal passion here, and with Four of Orbs is the Four of Swords, which is about thinking, which would be two on each side. So there is this mutuality here, but the Hangman here is this transformation that's happening here, and I feel like you're both kind of going through a change in your life where things kind of feel, I don't wanna say it feels stagnant, like your life, like it just feels like things are at a standstill. Things are percolating, but things are not moving forward. And but I do feel like they have these passion and the mind, emotions, because they do have this, need in their life to transform and become more emotionally aware, raise their self-love in order to be able to love, give and receive love from others in a greater way. Right now, it's very, very low self-love, which doesn't allow them this movement of love, love, love. That's why the mind and the passion and energy are where the balancing and mutuality is. And, it's going to take them time to get in tune with emotion there. But so that's what they have for you there, number 72. So many blessings to you. And then Sarmeen, actor, you are up next. So a love reading of a beer. Let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know? Okay. We've got the number 8 with the strength card, and we've got the 8 of chalices. So you've got this flow that's happening here. I don't feel like you're going to be with this individual. If you're with them, I feel like you're gonna be leaving behind these emotions that don't serve, because there's something higher that you're headed towards here. Even the strength card is your human self connecting higher to your spiritual self. Leo, fire, energy, movement. You're wanting action and movement, and I don't feel like you get that from them. I feel like they're very uncertain and unsure of themselves. There's this fear of making a wrong choice, fear of trapping themselves, fear of limitation, fear of failing, though. Fear, 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 fear. And I feel like you just at some point are like, you know what? If you don't know by now, you won't know. And you're like, I'm okay to move forward and move on to something else, because you deserve to be with someone like you who will know right away whether you're interested or not. And I kind of feel like they, as we say, pussyfoot around. It's like, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. They don't, their yes isn't yes and their no isn't no. It's maybe, or I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I need someone who knows themselves, makes decisions, ready to act. Let's go, let's go, let's go. and I don't feel like they have that for you. I feel like you feel like you do all the work and energy and attention, and they like that, but they are like, "Well, I don't know what I want or intentions or that." There's just a lot of fear there. So I just don't feel like that's for you. I feel like it's teaching you what you will accept and what you won't, and I like this, um, I just like this boundary that you're putting up and this confidence that's building for you to know, you know, what you want and what you won't wait for. If you're like, "Really? I feel like you've been overly patient already." It's the kind of energy I'm picking up, but that's what they have for you, Sarmeen. So many blessings for you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. So Arpita, you are up next. Your crush's feelings. All right. It's towards you, of course. Let's see. How do they feel here? What's going on with them? Whoa. What does spirit want you to know? Well, Arpita. Got the Two of Cups. So there is this underlying emotion here, but the Seven of Orbs is deceiving here. The Seven of Swords is about deception, even of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that will cheat us out of things. But I feel like this is more their energy of they've got their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make them deceive them and keep them from moving on these things. I feel like they've been deceived a lot in their lives, and I feel like they've had their own deception of others too. That's coming in here, and there's this. This is what is keeping this from happening here. They have this, but I don't feel like they would have this just for you. There's this combination of this energy. I don't want to burst your crush bubble, but we ask spirit and we want to know, right? I just feel like they're not that they're a player, but they play a bit. They love and uh they love feeling in love, or they love feeling romance, and it doesn't need to be a particular person. They just love feeling with whoever they are being romantic with. They like that, but I don't feel like they're, at least at this point in their life, someone that can, you know be with one person, and that, like, oh, instead of it being like, wow, I am attracted to you and I'm drawn to you and I want only you. They're like, I like romance. Oh, hey, you'll do, and you'll do, and you'll do. I can feel romantic with all of you, but it's like they're not, so I think you understand what I'm saying with all that there. So that's, they have those emotions, but it's not just you. Okay. All right. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. I know. We got all this Scorpio new moon coming up too, which is all about intimacy and, awareness coming in, suspicion. And that's not the energy I'm picking up, but there is a lot of, what's going on here energy with them especially. All right. Starfall, you are up next. So you have feelings of depersonalizing. You've been under a lot of stress and trauma, and um, is it your mind's way of handling it going into this dreamlike, unreal feelings you have? All right. So I think I'm picking up what you're putting down there. Spirit definitely knows what you're asking, but I feel like if you're asking, like, and we do reach points in our life where just we grow tired of the games, the game that we are in this avatar as a human, and there is this kind of pulling away, seeing things from a different perspective, going, all this stuff doesn't matter. It is a point in our life where the outside world can feel so disappointing and less than comparison to who we really are, that it just kind of feels like meh, you know, going on. And, and, you know, with especially if you have, like you said, a lot of stress, and a lot of stress is fear. If there's a lot of fear and trauma and things aren't unfolding and things are letting us down and all of this, it is us stepping back going, what is all this stuff? Why isn't anything working out the way I think it's supposed to? We eventually become tired of that enough, we turn inward and upward. It's like the Four of Pentacles energy that comes in. Let's pull some cards, but I just feel like you're at that point where, like you said, it's dreamlike and unreal because you kind of step back and go, it's like you're looking at the planet from the moon, right? Yeah. And it's we've got here the Sage of Orbs, which is the Queen of Swords, who with her Ace of Swords is able to see and connect to the capital teachers of the higher realm, seeing things from that higher perspective, like from the moon, right? But she also balances them. It's the balancing of the mind and the heart. And the Nine of Chalices, the nine's the hermit's journey. We go inward and upward and we connect to the higher love. And this is this inner journey of what does love mean? What is love? What is this emotion? And we start looking at things a bit differently here too. So, there is this the Ace of Swords that the Queen of Swords carries not only allows her to connect to the capital teachers of the higher realm, but there is this slicing away these fears, the stress and the trauma that are coming up in the mind, because that's the swords is the suit of the mind, right? It allows you to question it and go, is it true? Are people supposed to, should, need to, have to, must do that? Should I, need I, supposed to, have to, must, blah, 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 do that? And we really start to question, where did this stuff come from? And we realize so much of if it involves stress and trauma, that's of the human rooted in the fear, the small teachers of fear that this Ace of Swords can cut away. And it's this inquiry. We start looking at things differently and we're like, yeah, I don't need to be defined by this because there is the empowerment that comes in with the Queen of Swords and any of the royalty of the swords is this I get to choose what story I put to any situation. Yeah, we're given a lot of opinion, right? A lot of advice, unsolicited advice too, from humans that when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, should mean, need to mean, have to mean, must mean. And we make that our habit. We make that our reaction to things. And when we are able to pause and take deep breaths and step back and look at a situation, we can go, is that really what I want that to mean? Is that really what it means? Or is this what I was been told it means? And it's like chances are it's been what we've been told. And when we realize every moment is either of fear or of unconditional love. Every thought that we have, every story we put to situations, either of fear or unconditional love. And it's not wrong, neither is wrong or right. Just one brings us different experiences. These lower vibrational thoughts make us feel limited and small and powerless and trapped and bound, right? And the other makes us feel free and powerful and limitless and expansive, right? And so, I feel like you're at this point in your life where you're just really realizing, you know what? The things that bring me fear are lies, and the things that bring me peace are truth. And it just helps us clarify those things. So it's a good point in your life. It's like the 10 of swords. You just are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired trying to please everyone, trying to live up all of these expectations, and you're like, "I stick a fork in me, I am done with this," and you're ready to transform your thinking. So, I like it for you, Starfall, and that's what they have for you right now. And then Jia Khan, you are up next. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Appreciate you, and you like a general reading. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? We've got a lot of emotion happening here. See if I can get these. I can do it. Here we go. So you've got the moon card, Luna, Mother Luna, which she rolls over emotion. Of course, she handles the tides of emotion that are coming in and going out and coming in and going out. And it's normal for us to feel these changes of emotion. And you've been feeling a lot of emotion, a lot of different emotions with the Seven of Cups, all this different emotion. And it has to do with moon energy for you. If you are not currently tracking the moon, it is great to do so. Let me see, do I have it over here? Um, you can get things free online if you track the moon. You can just ask, search like moon sign, what's the moon in today? And it'll be on Google even or whatever. But sorry, my hand's not working. There we go. I am coordinated sometimes. But like this is really good one. But whatever you're wanting to do, but you can even purchase these where they tell you the moon, what things are in, like, the 12th that shows you the moon is in Scorpio. And it even tells you like tomorrow we have a new moon in Scorpio. Um, but you can look and see the moon, changes and goes into a different sign every 2 to 3 days, because every 28 to 29 days, the moon goes through the entire zodiac. And so every month we have this fluctuation, and we're moving every couple days we move from fire into earth, and then into air, and then into water, and then back into fire, into earth, into air, and the water, and up. It's just this, we're on this roller coaster of emotion. And if I feel like they want you to know this, yeah, because you've got this connection. Maybe even have a water moon or water sign, because water signs or water moons, or if you have a lot of water in your chart, you pick up all those emotions and they impact you more deeply because that water interacts with that water moon, right? Like the tides. And so if you feel like, "Oh my god, sometimes I feel like I'm schizophrenic," well, chances are you probably I have a water moon and a stellium in Pisces. Uh, Even though I'm an Aquarius sun, I've got all this other stuff that's going on. And so, that's how I realized, and what they're showing me is once you're aware of the moon cycles and you understand what you're in, like right now we're in a water moon with Scorpio moon, and you look at the characteristics of Scorpio and you're like, "Oh, okay, I understand why I'm feeling the way I am." And the new moons impact us a certain way, full moons impact us a certain way, super moons, if we have eclipses happening, all this energy. And the more you're aware of it, then the more you're able to navigate that energy. It's like having a forecast of the weather, and like, okay, it's going to be 20 below zero outside tomorrow. I'm not going to wear my Speedo outside. um, I'm gonna wear a parka coat instead, and long john underwear and a hoodie, and I'm gonna have my hot cocoa with me too in a little mug. It's like you can prepare for it and you understand it more. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Gia, is track the moon cycles, understand the moon signs that are going through every couple days, and you'll be able to even do a moon journal where you're like, okay, the moon is in Scorpio and this is what I'm feeling. All right, here I'm having a new moon in Scorpio and this is what I'm feeling. And then of course after Scorpio we go into Sagittarius, right? So probably Tuesday, I think we probably go into moon in Sagittarius. How is that impacting me? Oh, wow. And you start being able to track and understand your moon cycles and your emotional. And then it's kind of like when you feel like, "Oh, why am I so emotional?" You look outside and there's a giant full moon in the sky, and you're like, "Oh, that's why I'm hairy and howling at the moon. It's a full moon." Now I understand. I don't, feel so out of control, right? All right. But that's what they have for you, Gia. So many blessings to you. And then Kastavi, you are up next. You want to know, did Harris feel hurt by looking at messages? All right, let's take a look here. What was Harris's emotional reaction here? You know, we've got this Four of Pentacles here, which is a solid foundation in the outside world. And the karma here is this calling to the higher self, but it's two X's, double X, double endings, double new beginnings. And, you know, I feel like it reminded them of some of their exes, but there's a solid foundation, and I don't know if you guys if they live with you or something, it just feels like because when I saw the 4 of Pentacles, which represents, like, home, 4 walls of the outside world, it's like, "Yeah, but you're coming home to me," is kind of the energy that I was feeling, if that makes sense at all. And so I feel like there was some, with the karma card, which is the judgment card, it reminded them and reminiscent of some pain they had with exes, but I feel like they feel like it's different for you, if that makes sense, in that there's the solid foundation in the outside world that they feel like, well, either I always get to go home or you always get to come home to me. And I feel like that they're not, um, I don't know, they almost feel numb because I feel like they've got like, I don't know if they've had 2 exes that they had feelings of finding things and doing things. But I almost feel like they're not totally innocent in those relationships, and that's why I feel like they feel like, "Well, I deserve it. I did it to others," in a way too. So there's kind of all that's kind of meshed in together, if that makes sense there, Kastavi. But I feel like, well, what do I expect? It's like my dad. He he cheated on my mom a lot when they were together, and they divorced when I was, like, 17, 18 years old, I think, and, his 2nd marriage, his wife ended up cheating on him, um, and then his 3rd wife ended up cheating on him with a woman, and he was like, "Oh, wow, this is what it feels like," and so he actually ended up apologizing to my mom because he was like, "I'm so sorry that, now that this has happened to me, I see what I did to how I made you feel, and I'm so sorry." And I feel like there's this karma kind of energy that comes in with all that. So if that makes sense. Right. So that's what they have for you, Kastavi. So many blessings to you. And again, um, hang in there. All right. And then Keisha Williams. Hello, hello, Keisha. Good day to you. So you want to make the right choice. Is it best for you to stay where you're at or move back towards your family in Gainesville? So there you said should, and with spirit there's no shoulds. There's just different choices with different experiences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for staying where you're at, okay? And then we'll pull a card here if you move back towards your family in Gainesville. We'll see what energies come in with those choices, and then you can decide which one is in. Oh, you actually got 2 for Gainesville. You can see which one is in more in alignment for you here. All right. All right. Well, I think it's going to be a no-brainer for you. But if you stay where you're at, there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of passion, a lot of activity where if you stay where you're at, it just feels very, just a lot of activity, 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 a lot of energy expended there. Moving back towards your family in Gainesville, you've got the victory and celebration card and the 10 of crystals, which is family, lineage, support, fullness of life, and everything that's in here. And so, they are, you know, I feel like it's, um, a kind of a no-brainer with those, right? You're like, "Well," unless you, because the 6, the difference between the 6 and the 8 of wands that you had, 8 of wands is just a little bit more activity and energy. Like, if you like, I don't know if you're in a big city, if you like the, "Yeah, I like the go, 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 go." Well, it'll be a different type of go, 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 but you still have the go, 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 just at a 6 instead of an 8, but you'll be around family and feel this fullness and this wholeness, that's there. And don't worry, you'll make it different. You're not the same as you were before, um, and, you can still be you, and you can still live your life there if you choose, but you're not at the whim anymore of everyone else's wishes and everything. You get to live your life, and you get to, have movement and not to. So that's what they have for you, Keisha. So hang in there. Enjoy the move. Just kidding. No pressure, no pressure. It's just information you get to do with what you want. All right. And then Ashvin Rai, hello, hello. And you want to know, oh, happy Diwali to you too from India. Thank you. Any good news coming for you? Let's take a look here. So, Ashvin, any good news? What does Spirit want you to know? Well, sure. I almost went flying off the floor over there. So what do we have here? Well, I guess so. You've got the Ascension card. That's the one that jumped out here, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure. Whatever this Seven of Chalice, the Seven of Cups, if there's been a lot of emotional confusion or a lot of emotional, um, I don't want to say conflict, but just a lot of, it's almost like an emotional storm that's been going on. So many different emotions, so many different people, so many different things. I like this Ascension. It's the last card in the major arcana, normally the World card, which is the ending of old stuff and a new beginning, a new adventure that's more free for you. You're not feeling like you're trapped. It's like a young child who doesn't have all the rules yet. It looks at the world in awe that anything is possible. And there's this adventure that doesn't have restrictions and supposed to's and shoulds to like suck the life out of it. There's this adventure that's coming up. And I like this for you. So, new beginning, significant new beginning that's coming into your life here. It We had the 7 of Cups, so it's emotionally, but, we have emotions about everything, and I like this freedom that's coming up here for you, but it definitely is this opening up, so I like this for you. It feels very, very bright, very, very, with the festival of lights going on, right? You're like, "Yeah, it's light bright everywhere," but you got this wonderful calmness, this flow of life that's coming in, so whatever this ending that happens in your life, just know it opens up to a huge beginning, as well. So that definitely feels like a blessing to me for you. All right, that's what they have for you, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. And then Missy Prather, you are up. So you're wondering how your luck is today. Come on, Lady Luck. Let's see. You're thinking on going, I was about to say, come on. To the Moose Lodge to play the gambling machines to see if you can win the extra money you need to move. You're moving in 2 days. All right, let's take a look here. So let's take a look. What does Spirit telling you about your luck here? All right. Yeah, we've got you got the Hermit card, which is them saying, "Stay home." Hopefully, you didn't go already. But you've got the trust your gut, trust your instinct, connect with your higher self. So all of this talks about connecting with spirit, right? Because the Hermit is, connecting to spirit and your higher self. Queen of Cups, kind of like the High Priestess, she dives deep and has a great empathic ability and gut instinct. And the King of Wands, the King of Flames, Master of Flames is like your higher self. So I feel like trusting your gut, trusting your instinct. But that Hermit card, I feel like, is stay home. don't don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, I would stay home, Missy. Spend time with spirit. Um, Ask them for guidance on how else you can get money, something more secure with that. Whether it's selling something that you want to get rid of, or some things that you're like, I'd rather just sell that and not take it with me. Can put it on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere and say, $20, $50, and get rid of some stuff, and you can get money that way. That's uh more likely. All right. So hang in there, Missy, and enjoy your move. So hang in there. All right. And then Arcana, Rao, hello, hello. You want to know Srinivas rouse feeling for you today. All right, let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know about their feelings here? So, they've got this, they're on this journey here with the Nine of Crystals, the Nine of Pentacles, and they're very much in this inner looking, this inner reflection. The nine is the hermit's journey, pentacles is the out, or crystals is the, outside world. And so they're kind of to themselves and on this inner journey of trying to find their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. They've got some heart emotions there, but the Three of Cups also represents here three third parties or three individuals too. So, they have emotion and attraction, but they also, it's not just you. There's other people that they feel this way, and it has to do with how they feel about their worth and their, I don't know, and I feel like they learned it from their family and their childhood growing up that you define yourself by how people are attracted to you and your intimacy. And I just feel like they are trying to fill up their worth by the outside world and how people feel about them. But if they're not happy on the inside, they're not going to be happy with anyone on the outside. And if they're not full on the inside, people on the outside are not going to fill them up either. But they're trying. And I feel like they're just drinking from, a wide variety of individuals. So, I feel like there's this energy around, these, that they're just in this pursuit of trying to fulfill themselves in other ways, and one of them is you, but you're not. It's not just you. Um, so I feel like that. I don't know if it's the same person that we're pulling cards here for you, but I feel like we get that a lot with them, or individuals, and there is this nudge that comes through the Three of Cups for you personally, which is about turning inward and upward to find your self-love, right? Because when our love is lower and we have lower vibrational love energy, we're going to attract lower vibrational people and relationships. And um, and we're taught to do that. So, I mean, there's no judgment for anyone, right? We all have done that. We all will continue to do that until we raise our love vibration, and then we stop attracting lower vibrational, and we like attracts like, right? So I feel like there's an important message in all this with the Three of Cups, which represents your higher posse too of the higher realms in this case for you. That didn't mean that for them, but it does mean that for you, of connecting to this wonderful group of spiritual beings, your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. They're definitely, um, drawing you upward to connect with them so that they can love on you and give you this unconditional love. So, like a chalice, like a cup, you do fill up and then overflow out to the world. And then your love vibrations rising, and you draw in someone that is more in alignment that you deserve, because you're such a giving, wonderful, faithful person that you deserve that for yourself too. But you deserve to get it from yourself first, and then it floods out, and you track that from the outside world. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in Arcana. So many blessings. Hang in there. And then we've got Rashmi Singh. Hello, hello. You want to know how will your next meeting be with Raj Vardhan? All right, let's take a look here, Rashmi, and see what do we have. All right, that one and these three. All right, let's take a look here. What do we have happening? Well, I like this flowing energy that is here. I do like here you've got the Seeker of Orbs, which is the Page of Swords. New communication, new ideas, higher communication, seeing things from a different perspective too. So I like this. There's this way of looking at things differently with the Seeker of the Orbs. You have the Eight of Flames. There is a lot of passion coming here, a lot of activity and energy. It's one of the flowing cards, so the energy just flows between the two of you, which I like. Um, and I'm gonna jump to this one here. Got the Eight of Chalices too, so the flow of passion and energy between the two of you, and the flow of emotion, leaving behind emotions that don't serve, and it allows you to move forward towards something that feels like wish fulfillment emotionally here. I like here the Three of Crystals, the Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self. And I like this with this flowiness between you. I just feel like there's a special connection and maybe not maybe. I do feel like you have like similar backgrounds, similar experiences to where you get one another. That's why I feel like you have this great flow between one another, but also this feeling of just being yourself. I don't feel like uh, either of you feel like you have to put on airs because it feels like you guys just get one another, and you're like, yeah, exactly. And the conversations are great, and I just like this safe feeling that you can be yourself. Both of you feel that way, and I like it. It just feels very flowing, very, very positive. So I don't have any concerns or warnings besides, be yourself. Don't try to put on airs because that's what they like about you is the more honest you are, the more they're like, ah, okay, we're a lot alike, and they like that. So that's what's coming in. And many blessings to you. All right. So XYT. Should you wait for Abhishek or move on? Does he love me? Let's take a look. All right. And does he love you? Well, these pretty much answer it. Should you wait? Alchemy takes time to unfold, but it does turn to gold there. Do they love you? You've got the Seeker of Chalices, the Page of Cups, which is a higher love. And it does show me here that, and there's no shoulds or supposed tos or whatever in the spirit realm. There's just choices and different outcomes. And they are showing you here that there is, they do have emotion there. It's usually two cups with it going back and forth. Starts off as a base metal, and the more it goes back and forth between the two cups, the more it moves higher up and eventually turns to gold. And so there is gold on the end. It's like almost saying it's worth the wait because the kind of love that you have is going to be a higher love than you've had experienced. While we're waiting, there also is this message with a Page of Cups that while we're waiting for someone else to come on, right? We take that time to work on our own self love, raise our love vibration, clear out the thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us, clear out the emotions that no longer serve us, relationships, clean out physically and energetically, emotionally, and mentally, raising our love vibration because we can't give or receive love greater than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself this much, no matter how much love someone wants to give me, dripping in, no matter how much love I want to give out, dripping out. But the more I expand my self love, the more I'm able to give and receive love to the other person. So it's like we don't just wait around for them. We're working on ourselves. We're living our passions. We're living our life. And then if we are still wanting to be patient as all that unfolds, then when the time comes, we'll be at a higher vibration and they will be too. And then you have that higher love that comes in. So that's what I feel is coming in there for you, XYT. So many blessings to you. And then Mia, hello, hello. You would like to know if you have any spiritual gifts within you which you are unaware of and the universe wants you to know and work on them. Absolutely. Of course, we all have spiritual gifts. So obviously, you know that. You just want to know, are there any that you're unaware of that spirit wants you to expand at this time? Because you have a ton of them. We all do. It's like, which ones are you wanting to use in this lifetime? All right, let's take a look here. So what we got going on. So you've got the Sage of Crystals, which is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. There is this very earth-based energy of nurturing, right? The Four of Crystals as well is the Four Pentacles, which gives me the energy. It's a solid foundation in the outside world. Both of these are earth-based. So there's this earth energy that's here, but it's about creating home, capital H home, this feeling of safety, being at home with oneself. And I feel like this spiritual gift that you have here really zeroes in on it has to do with like inner child work, if that makes sense. Um, and let me explain. Because home is where the heart is, and our feelings of safety so much influence our lives. When our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it throws out our intelligent mind, our loving, compassionate side, and then the little 2-year-old and its pet hissy cat are in charge. They don't make intelligent decisions, loving, compassionate decisions. And so I feel like there's this healing that comes in, this like Mother Earth healing type of energy where you help people heal their inner child through different modalities. But I feel it's more earth based. It's more I don't want to say like Wiccan, but that's kind of energy I'm feeling, magic, in a way. But it's not like so much like you become a psychologist and you help people with their journey and that way. I feel like you do it through ritual, you do it through more earth-based type of energies, whether it's sweat lodges or meditations or um, I don't know, it just feels very, very earthy type of thing. Mud baths, I don't know, not so much that. That's a little too much earth, but it's that kind of mother nurturing, taking people on these journeys, emotional journeys, physical journeys that helps that. So hopefully that helps here. And it is a spiritual gift because you're helping transform old emotions and energies. It's almost like shamanism when they're showing me like when they go back, they journey back with people to go reclaim old energy they left behind in old situations, type of stuff. So that's what I'm feeling is coming in for you, Mia. So hopefully that resonates. But that sounds exciting, and I like that for you. All right, so many blessings to you. Only a couple more to go here, and I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, in the description box of this video, I remember now I did say it. I'll put all the order in which all the readings were given. So if you want to figure out like where's my reading in all of this, what almost 2 hours, you'll that way you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You can kind of just gauge it, and when you click and you go like, who is this? Oh, I'm before them. I'm in it. It'll help you find it faster. All right. So, A, you are up next. Good afternoon or good evening to you now, right? You like a general reading for the week. Let's take a look here and see what do they have for you for the week. All right. They do want this one and this one. All right. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. The Tower card, anything that's suddenly moved out of our life is moved out on purpose for a purpose to make space for things to come through. You've got the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles, new opportunities opening up. So things need to be moved out of the way before new things come in here. And this next week, there are some changes, some switcheroos that are happening. So when things are being moved out, it's like if you came home and people are moving your living room furniture out of your house, you'd be like, "What is happening here?" And then they're like, "Well, the new furniture is being delivered in an hour, so we need to get rid of the old to make room for the new furniture." That's the kind of energy you have for next week is there's things being moved out, and then very quickly, very soon afterwards, the new thing comes in to replace it and to move in its place. So I like this for you. It's very cleansing. It's clearing clutter, both mentally and physically, maybe even emotionally. But there's these movement of things that are this stops and it's like boom. It's like let's say at work you're working on a project and your boss says, "Hey, I'm taking you off this project because they don't need as many people. They were already on it, and so I'm taking you off of it." And you're like, "Oh man, I really was enjoying that." And they're like, "I'm sorry, I'll let you know if anything else comes around." And then you go to lunch, you come back, and he's like, "Hey, come here." He goes, "You know what? They just announced, that they're going to be doing this other project, and I think it'd be great for you. And so you're gonna be in the startup of it." And it's something even more amazing. That's the kind of thing, the kind of energy I feel for you, that's coming in this next week, eh? So enjoy that. Many blessings to you. So when the tower gets hit and it's burning down, just realize, oh, they're going to replace this with a brand new castle. So I'm okay that this old, you know, tower that was condemned is being burnt down and replaced, right? So it'll end up feeling that way. All right. So many blessings to you. And then lastly, we got Davis. Hey, Davis. So many blessings. You want to know, is Jude's new phone have angels infecting it? All right, let's take a look here. Are angels influencing their new phone? Spirit can have fun with electronics because they're energetic beings, and phones have, all this energy in them, right? So it's definitely possible here. Let me take a look here. Wow. Yeah. We definitely have these angels because we got the 5 of flames. Here's that energy. Here's the 5 is like, transformation and change and conflict. It's like chick, 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 chick. And they even got a 9 of swords and a 5 of swords. So there's all these odd numbers which represent conflict and shenanigans, but it's positive here. They're just trying to get attention to try to transform some fears, some fear energy from fear energy to love energy. And I feel like if they reboot their phone, that everything will be fine. And turning it off and then turning it back on, it'll clear things up and clear the energy. But here on the bottom of the deck, we got the 3 of cups, which represents, do you see back here, angels? Which is, spiritual posse. It's spirit trying to get their attention. They're not trying to infect the phone directly, but they want them to communicate. They've got messages for them. 'Em. They'd like them to, realize that they're there, and spirit will do things to remind us that they're with us. It's like they're behind us always, but sometimes we forget, and they'll by repeating numbers, messing with our phone, flickering lights, different things like that, where we're like, "Oh, yeah, that's right." And they are always talking to us, always around us, and they want to communicate. Guardian angel, angels, spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, especially ancestors, all sorts of other beings of unconditional love and light are trying to get their attention. So you are, if you were thinking, I think this is angels, I think this is spirits that are trying to get your attention, it's true. Reboot the phone, then also reboot their relationship with spirit and have them talk to their posse on the other side. So that is what they have for you, Davis. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Just help spread the Zen love. And I appreciate that. I'll be back next Friday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you're interested in becoming a YouTube member, I am my Praying Mantis members. After every one of my free readings, I have at least an hour session with them. Also, Thursday nights, I have a special Q&A from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time for 2 hours where we pull cards. We were reading books. We just started in a new book called Tapping into Wealth with by Margaret Lynch. So we do have a lot of fun and a lot of information from Spirit with all that too. And, if you're interested in a personal reading, I do have half off all my pre-recorded readings. Like a 15-minute reading is 5, US dollars, half hour is 10, and there's more, options. But all that's listed in the description box down below. And again, I as you're going throughout your week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.